Good morning, everybody. It has been a crazy, crazy day. Sorry about that. I was having some technical issues because I had decided to do laundry right before our coffee with Colby. I'm not sure what I was thinking. So sorry. Hey, good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Ivana. So I don't know. And then now there's trash pickup. So thank goodness it's Friday. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Julie. So, good morning, Meredith. So, I'm not sure how many of you happened to see the show last night with Mira Kelly. She's so incredible. I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful gift she is. Mallory, you can come and do my laundry. But yeah, I threw the laundry in, and you know how it starts to go to that spin cycle, and I'm like, oh, that was silly. So anyhow, I had Mira Kelly on. Thank you, Julie, and we had a great time. She is so incredibly brilliant at what she does. And so I thought, let's talk about it a little bit today. You know, I am not a past life regression expert by any means. And now we've got a plane. Maybe we should talk about interference. Maybe Spirit's telling us to talk about interference today, right? But with past life, right? The first step in past life is kind of having that understanding or belief that this is not the only physical experience we've had, that we have repeated physical experiences. And then along those lines, some people believe that it's one physical life, you pass away, the soul learns, then comes back in, has another life. So it's more of a circle effect. And some people believe that past lives, all your lives are happening simultaneously. It's just that in what dimension are you in? So there's kind of those a few thoughts on that. I guess for me, I do believe in past lives, absolutely. And I believe that we definitely have more than one experience. I guess for me, I don't know. I've always had a harder time understanding that we're doing it all simultaneously because, I just look at it. I don't know. I look at it this way. If we go through these lessons in this physical life, then why would we not go through lessons in the soul life, right? The soul progresses, has lessons and learns. So either way, it's neither here nor there. I don't think it crashes the whole past life thing because it is about having a past life experience. Good morning, Laura. So, you know what rhymes with Friday? Vodka. But here's the thing. The thing is that, we can tap into our past lives, and maybe we are holding on things from our past lives. And if we can tap into it and we can release those blocks, or we can release anything that we didn't deal with in that life, maybe that will really, really help us. So what did you dream about last night? So Mira gave us an exercise to set an intention for a dream and then to remember the dream. So honestly, Ivana, so here's the deal. I definitely had a dream, and I was so excited because I woke up saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe I totally had the dream, and I remember it, and then I forgot it. So I didn't write it down, but I did have one, and then I woke up remembering that I remembered I had one, and then I forgot what it was about. So maybe I'm not supposed to know, but I remember being fascinated that it worked, and fascinated that, we can set the intention to have a dream about a past life experience. But the key is, I think, the key. So anyhow, it's like looking at those past lives and looking at what did we do, or what are we doing, and are we coming into something that we need to look at, something we need to let go of, or is it just a guidance for us? So if you've had any crazy past life experiences, make sure you write them down and share them. But when we look at our lives and we kind of are open to the idea, murdered me in a past life. Well, gosh, I hope I hope she's made it up to you, Jeffrey. But you know, sometimes I think that that's why we're in relationships this year, sometimes in this life, is that we're in these relationships that help us reconnect with a past life, to either have closure or to reconciliation or to move forward or to see something. And that's a great idea, Stephen. That's right. So sometimes you may see a picture and just know that you were in that time period or that place. Like I had a friend that always felt a very strong connection to Paris. Even though she's never physically been there in this lifetime, she's so drawn to Paris that she knows she's been to Paris. You know, there is a little bit of a cliche thing about persecution. I mentioned this the other day, that most light workers feel persecuted. You know, and it's, again, you know, there wasn't always that. So, you know, I don't want people to go around thinking that light workers were always persecuted, because it's actually just not true at all. Egyptians revered light workers. They were like at the highest realm of a profession, and that's been throughout history. It just ebbs and flows. The most current one, though, the colonial times, are the ones that really stick with us. They really they were really out to get us. So I personally have a lot of persecution stuff that I worked through there. It was really weird. It's just very interesting that we can have these feelings and these emotions. So you'll know that sometimes you'll have an emotional draw to something. Like, I never like anything around my neck. I don't like collars or turtlenecks. I can't wear a turtleneck. And I know, you know, obviously we all fear strangulation, but there has to be something with the strangulation, because I really am like, no, no, no. Oh, so you had a former tenant, and that you had a past life experiences. It's fascinating how someone can come back into our lives for us to learn from them, grow from them, to reconnect. And maybe it's a different type of relationship, but I feel like the lesson that we get from it is all the same, right? There's something, and then what happens is you wonder why someone leaves you. You know, why does something end tragically in this life? Like, it's a breakup that doesn't go well, whether that's a friendship or a relationship, or not a great relationship with a parent or a sibling or whatever it may be. So that could be that's a past life experience, and you're trying to work it out with the person, or that you repeat these habits of pulling in toxic people or pulling in people that are not for your highest good. And so they're going to give you one more lifetime to kind of sort that out with someone. So definitely, Stephen, like guides coming and going. Stephen's like, hey, is it like guides coming and going? And it's absolutely like that. But when we can really allow ourselves to take that regression, I do feel like it does need some regression. And, you know, go to Mira Kelly's site, download her stuff that really walks you through it. She's got that one-day workshop. I mean, that's easy enough for anyone to take. I'm sure there's online stuff. So take those workshops and, you know, take that time to kind of go through that regression to see what it is you're supposed to be learning or letting go of, and what is it supposed to, because I think it will help take us to the next level. It really, really will. So it's working through, I think working through past life stuff is a great way of working through our baggage. What baggage did we have then, and what baggage are we bringing into this lifetime? And also, it's empowering. So some people always think that past life stuff is always negative, but I don't feel that it is. It could be very, very positive. It could be reminding you of that ultimate power you had. This, you know, what if you ran a country, for goodness sake, and reminding you, reminding you of that life, and that what you're capable of, and that you can have that again, that it's not a one-off experience, or the most amazing love in your life. You know, it's sometimes, you know, karma, like Mira was saying, karma is not always a bad thing. Karma actually can be a very, very good thing. It's just how we're looking at it and what we're bringing into our lives. What is it? You know, you can really kind of figure that out. What is it that you're supposed to cleanse and let go of and fix and heal, and what torments you? And then what is holding you back, or what is a beautiful experience, you know, that could be a reward of a past life, or that, you know, there was such an amazing love in a past life, they're going to make sure you have it again. Yeah. But there's so many things that we can learn from our many, many lives. And how we can do it. And again, that idea of what if they are all simultaneous? I mean, I can barely handle this one on its own, so I think I'm going to stay that route. But but that it's such a fascinating philosophy and topic. And if you can keep a journal of things, look at things that come up in your life and see if then it's connected to a past life. See if then it's connected to something. I think it's remarkable of what we can learn and what we can do from it. And it would be fun. I took one of her classes before, and it was really, really fascinating, really interesting. And there is so much healing in it. I mean, really, when we can address anything, when we can address our fears or our past life or anything like that, we actually can heal from that. It's just the experience itself. Just the experience of facing something is so healing and therapeutic in that within itself, So take some time. Past life regression, I think, takes time. It's a little like hypnotherapy in a way. Gosh, I don't want to offend anyone who does that work. But, if you've ever done hypnotherapy, they kind of guide you and walk you through the experience. And I do feel like past life regression is similar to that, where they're going to walk you through that experience. But it doesn't have to be that you're reliving it so vividly. You could just be remote viewing it in a way to show you. And it's phenomenally helpful. It's helpful just for you to look at what did you do, what was in your life, what were your goals, what was your status, how did you pass, because maybe you're holding on to that in this life. What is your fear and what is the love you had? If you're looking at all of those things, you can then look at how it's impacting your current life. And if you need to heal something, it will at least show you where you need to heal it. And if you need something more to bring it back or to have more appreciation for something or someone, it will show you where that is. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about it. And I think it's just incredible that, our soul doesn't have just one experience. Our soul has so many experiences. That's why it lives on. It totally lives on. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And looking at you, maybe sit down and write down about it. So, so Catherine says, what about multiple past lives? Or perhaps we just deal with the past life that is affecting us now. Catherine, I don't think so. I think we've had many past lives. And I do feel that those past lives, they're kind of like our lessons, but I don't think we just deal with one past life during this one physical life. So I think as we get through, maybe right now I'm dealing with one particular past life that's impacting an issue in my current situation. Then when that's resolved, I get to maybe elevate or move on, but then maybe a different past life experience comes in and is now preventing me from moving past this level. So then I deal with that past life, and then it helps me move on to this level. I mean, that's my feeling on it, just because from my own personal experience, I know that just starting to do this work, right? Initially, trusting to do this work, I was dealing with so many persecution issues, so many, that I really have to work on those to then get into the work, into this work of spiritual work and healing and readings and owning it. And I think Spirit was very funny that they gave me the name Psychic Rebel. I even now I have a hard time. I mean, I love that name and I own it, but even now I'm like, can't we just kind of have something a little more generic? So I still feel like I deal with it a little bit, but now that I'm at a different level, there's a whole different vibration. I know that I'm actually dealing with a different past life of letting people love me, letting me know that it's okay, letting me know that I'm doing it the way I need to be doing it, trusting. So I think it's my personal experiences is that. Maybe you have a different personal experience, but own your own one. Colby talking with the hand. I know I should have been a puppeteer. Can you imagine? I would have been the most amazing puppeteer. I would have been such a good That's what I should have done. Hello? I'm your spirit guide. Really? What do you want to tell me? You are incredible and just get through that past life. Okay, I could do it. Thanks. No problem. See you soon. Oh my goodness. You can tell it's Friday, and I swear there's nothing but caffeine in here. I promise. Anyhow, I will leave you with that, you guys. I want you to have a great, great weekend. Be blessed to be here. It's a beautiful experience, this life, you know, and keep a diary, keep something of your past life, and start writing it down. Start jotting down the experiences that you're having, and let's see how they're tying in. See if you're not repeating patterns. See if you're not pulling in the same kind of people. See if you're pulling in a certain kind of people and you created a boundary to say, I'm not pulling in those people anymore. See if you didn't learn from something or are learning from something, right? I think it's fabulous. And above all, have fun. Have fun. This life is not meant to be a torment. I promise you. I know it feels like it at times. And I know sometimes just sitting through something feels like a torment. But this life is not supposed to be a torment, okay? All right. See you later. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Bye.